Start off with these measurements. If you are wondering where to place the 3, 4.2 and 11.4 centimeters, I'll show you how. Extend the line of 1 centimeter on the left side of the 3.1 centimeters mark. Cut the 1 centimeter in half and you will get 0.5 centimeters, then extend the lines. You now have a guide where to place the horizontal measurements. Do again the extending of lines on the right side of 3.1 centimeters. We will now connect the marks of measurements to see the outline of the blade. Best to follow where I start and end. Do your best on the curve part, because I have no technique in there, just observation haki. Measure 0.5 centimeters, that will become the sharp edge. Remove the unwanted lines. Avada Kedavra epic layout. Now for the handle measurements. You can pause the video if it's too fast. Just trace the first cut piece, so you will not measure all over again. Be sure that your pencil is sharp, so that the following traces are the same size as the first one. We will make 2 pieces of outer layer, 2 pieces for inner layer, 1 piece of middle layer made of cotton to gain our blade thickness.
Cut my life into pieces!
To make the 2 inner piece, just cut the 0.5 centimeters outline. Middle layer. We will put barbecue stick on the weak part. Put 2 to 3 layers of paper mache on this spot. This is the design for outer layer. For the inner layer, you only need to cut the rectangle part. Do not throw these cut parts because we will use it later on. On the back side of the outer layer, trace the inner layer. Cut it not full but just enough to peel 2 layers of the illustration board with a width of 0.1 centimeters. It will make the illustration board foldable. The curved parts are cut fully. I also cut small triangles at every corner. This small triangle cuts will make the folded part not collide with each other. It's time to combine all the layer. This is the cut part I told you not to throw. Cut the rectangle in the middle. We're gonna use a few masking tape to temporarily join the folded part. This is what it should look like with few masking tapes. Now to completely seal the folded part, we will cut 1 centimeter wide lengthwise paper. Do not worry about the corner holes and the curve part. We will use small pieces to cover that one.
Due to the unknown event, I will be the substitute AI voice. Make sure all the paper is tightly glued on. Small pieces of paper for the curve edge of blade and triangle holes on corner. For the fully cut curve edge of the sword, we will use Formula Y. Shape it as close as possible to desired shape so that only few sanding adjustments is needed. I found a leftover cheap cardboard I used on previous project. I will use it to make this part. This is 1 centimeter wide cut in lengthwise. is the shape that I want. Every problem has a solution, so I trimmed the sides. Next part is this. I didn't give dimensions because by now it will depend on the size of your blade. Just copy the procedures, but the measurements will be done by you. But don't forget that this height measurement should be met. Don't forget to test if it fits before making its Kage Bunshin. This procedure is for this part. I sketch it first on a piece of paper and fix the drawing later on. Do not throw this cutouts because we can still use this. We will now do this part. To make that stair-like details, every layer you should add around 0.05 centimeters to its size. The next one is this part. Okay, this cardboard again from earlier. Wrap it around the handle and leave space for about 0.3 centimeters apart each wrap. Making it a little bit round in the edge. I will fill the gaps with Formula Y, then make a small gap effect using flat screwdriver. This is the result. After it dried out, I will sand all the parts that should be roundy and smooth out rough surfaces. This is the acrylic clear emulsion. It will protect the acrylic paint from damage and also make it Kira sparkly.